Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're ready for part 4 of the Franklin CycleKart build. Let's get started. Okay, so last video we built our front axle and we've got our frame ready to have that installed. I've been working on some parts. Here's a mock-up of the rear axle. And I don't know if I showed you this, but I made these little 2.5 inch pieces of round tubing with our bearings mounted in it, and that's going to mount our axle to our spring. And there'll be some steel rods that will attach to the frame to like create a swing arm. What I'm working on now is the installation plates to mount basically to mount the axle to the springs. So we got our U-bolts, and I had to make some plates to match the U-bolts because these are much larger U-bolts, so those are mounted here. And I went ahead and welded in a little bolt through there. That'll help us locate the spring. I'm going to once I put a spring there, I'll cut that down. But these are the front ones, so I've got two different sizes, a shorter one and a slightly longer one. And I'm having to use my old, these are from the original Viscount Vincent build. The ones from Renegade, he uses a different size bolt, and these are not available long enough. This is because of the curve of the axle. As it curves around it, it creates a pretty big gap, which will kind of create a mount for that. So anyway, I wasn't able to use the Renegade parts, so we'll have those for the next time. And I don't know if I showed you these hub adapters or not in one of the other videos, but I've got a little spacer coming from Mark for the hub adapter. And the way these are going to mount is this will mount with the keyway on the axle, and on the other side there's a bearing. So I've got a 3/4 inch ID bearing on there, which I sourced. I'll put the part number on the in the description of where I got them. But anyway, these are I took out the original bearings, and there will be a bolt that goes on there to mount that to the axle. And when I took the original wheels apart, here's all the original bearings, and in there was these spacers. So these spacers basically ride on the inside of the bearing races. It takes the weight off the bearings so that when you bolt them down, you don't crush your bearings. And so for the front wheel, I've got an outer bearing and an inner bearing, and inside of there I've got a piece of 3/4 inch ID steel tubing that I cut to size. I use this as a guide basically, and then put that in there so that way the bearings won't crush, hopefully, when we bolt them all up on the front axle. So yeah, so I've got some plates ready to go here and ready to start assembling things. Okay, so I got the front sort of mounted. You can see how crooked these hangers look. So I'm going to do something different. On the original car there was like a bracket that goes across here. I think that's what I'm going to use to try to keep these straight up and down, because I want to angle because of the angle of this tubing. You see how much gap there is there. So I'm going to probably put this on the table and then put a piece of steel across here that will kind of center these so they go up straight up and down, kind of force them to go straight up and down, but then also spread the load across the spring, not just on the corner here, which is kind of where it's sitting right now. So I knew I was going to have to build some sort of a bracket across here, but I think what I'm doing is build a bracket that goes up here, maybe wraps all the way around, so that these springs, these shackles, will stay perpendicular and look a little nicer. Because right now they're crooked. If you can see how crooked these are. Yeah, look how crooked that is. That just looks goofy. So anyway, I'm going to think about that. So while I'm thinking on that, I'm going to move on. But while I'm here, I'll show you the sizes of these U-bolts. Oops, sorry, the phone's bouncing all over the place. 5/16 by 1 3/4. Now this is 1.5 inch tubing, round tube. And it would be better to get 1.5 inch, but I could not find 1.5 inch anywhere on the internet or even at the hardware stores. I checked with Mark Parnell at Renegade. He couldn't get 1.5 inch any longer than the standard ones he has, which I think are 3 inches. So anyway, the 3 inch works for the inside, but I needed a longer one for the outside. And I'll cut off the excess to make them level once this is all done. So I'm going to turn my attention to the back. On the back, because of the way these wheels mount, I needed a wider axle. So I ordered a 40 inch axle. So there's the part number. I got this off Amazon. I think it's an Azusa part number. Well, actually, based on that, maybe it's not an Azusa. Anyway, it's a go-kart axle. So it's 40 inches long, so you can see how much longer it is than the standard one. It's 2 inches longer on each side. So I marked the center, and 2.5 inches over is where the sprocket teeth will be lined up. So that's when we line up the teeth on that. So I'll reassemble that and see if we get the rear axle mounted up. Okay, so I've got the 40 inch axle pretty well installed. Got 5 3/4 from this collar to the end. It's enough to get on the wheel there. And I ended up using or kind of deleting a lot of these little lock collars. So the bearing here pretty much works up against the brake, and the same thing here that goes up against that lock collar. There's one inside there, and I moved it all over a little bit to make room. Yeah, so this build has required some different processes for me, and because we're doing something other than a standard CycleKart, a lot of things are a little different. And we're just working it all out. Something to mention, at Huntsville last year, I noticed a lot of people had nuts and bolts that the nut does not come past the nylock edge. You want it to come at least 2 threads past, just for safety. And if you're using standard nuts and washers or lock washers, those tend to work loose, so we always recommend nylocks, and certainly have a couple threads past the end of the nut. And then all of your little set screws, I'll blue Loctite these, along with all these little set screws here. These are just kind of, they're not really tight right now, they're just kind of snug. I might be taking this apart a couple more times. I don't want to strip anything or mar because you'll mar this metal when you put these screws in. So I'll blue Loctite all these on final assembly so they don't vibrate loose, because you don't want all this, you don't want your axle and all this stuff sliding around back here, because if it slides around, your chain will get misaligned and you'll throw chains and have all kinds of problems. So anyway, blue Loctite on all these nuts and bolts on particularly on the locking collars and these little set screws. This is what keeps your axle from coming back side to side. And I'm gonna go and set this in the chassis now and see how she looks. Okay, so I didn't film making these brackets, but basically here's the brackets I made to secure the front axle to the spring, one on each side. You know, nothing terribly complicated. The original car had something similar to this. I may put a little filler piece here just to make that look a little nicer, but for now this is just going to get us where we need to be. I'll go ahead and install the U-bolts and see how that looks. So this is a big deal. This is huge. It is on its wheels for the first time, all 4. Got the front shackles installed with the U-bolts, and I will have to, you know, cut the bottoms of these off so they're a little shorter. But man, it looks great. The wheels really look good on there. We've got about 10 degrees on our kingpin there for a caster, and that's going to be just about right. Yeah, things are looking really good. So I've got the rear axle sort of mocked up. I took it apart from where I was before. Decided that the 40-inch was a little too short. I ordered a 42-inch axle. We just didn't have enough threads coming out of here. It's back to a 36-inch now because I'm returning the 40-inch one because it was just a little too short. Mark Parnell recommended 42, and I should have listened to him. Anyway, 42 inch is what we're going to have on here. It won't make the back end any wider. It'll still be roughly 39 to 40 inches. At the back, I think I'm 39 at the front right now, which is perfect. And the suspension travel is great. The nice thing is when suspension travel, this does not move at all. I think because the spring is moving here and back here, it's even. It's going straight up and down just like a buggy spring should. And I should get the same result in the back as we cycle the suspension. I don't think the axle is really rotating at all, so that's good news. So man, this is coming together. Like I said, it's on its wheels for the first time. And I rolled it outside, took a couple pictures, and yeah, so that's a major milestone right there. So hey, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate all the likes and comments and subscriptions. If you have any questions on CycleKarts, please let me know. Happy to answer any questions I can. Follow us on Facebook at CycleKarts North America or the Arizona CycleKart Club page. And get out in the garage and build something cool.